Fáilte over Cóide, you're welcome indeed to another edition of the programme. Just to remind you, we're crossing over to Manchester later on to join Martin Logan, who's out and about with the Irish community right across the UK. Well, this week we're coming to you from the Enniscrone and District Agricultural Show. So we're looking forward to a great afternoon here in Castleconnor GAA grounds. Who and what are Grasslands?
The Grasslands are young fellas from County Down. They're driving miniature lawnmowers and machinery to emulate what the real McCoy is out in the fields. The farmers have silage harvesters, dump trailers, silage wagons, rollers, feeding trailers, just what you do miniature style.
And would they be allowed to use them in normal circumstances?
Well, they can use them, of course they can. They do a bit of, we do a lot of shows in Ireland, and this is the first time in Connacht and the west of Ireland. So we do a lot of shows, and also we do a lot of work in people's lawns and gardens as well, lifting grass and having fun at the same time.
Well, they seem to be having fun, these youngsters.
Having great fun.
Can I ask you your opinion about the Enniscrone show here? What's your own thoughts about it?
Well, first impressions, absolutely marvellous. Very well run, and I can't get over the crowd here as well, and it's so well organised. So for us, it's just number one all around. A great show all around.
And how many years involved in this here now?
Right, there's 3 families involved in it. There's the Gill family, Sam and Jane and their 2 boys, Jack and Charlie, and there's the Connor family, Liam and Sheena and their 2 boys, Matthew and Keelan, and then there's my own family, the Murray family, and with Connell and Lorcan. So it's really a good team, a real good team. We all work together.
And what are the most popular type of machinery there you have now that the people enjoy looking at?
Well, it started off, and this is how it become very popular.
We also have
we put a bit of a chiller at home one day in the garden, and a bit of a pipe, and they transferred grass from one chiller into another, and then we decided to get a cane chiller. And with that first cane chiller, people have shown so much interest. We developed then the second cane chiller and so on. So the popularity started really when we made the first cane chiller. And then from there on, we now say a Malone silage wagon, plus now we're introduced the Watson rollers and feeding chillers as well. So it really started off with the silage outfit, but it's now expanded. And now there's a slurry tanker here this year, and it actually does put out water. So it's going to expand. Hopefully not too quick, mind you, but it's expanding.
Will you be back in Enniscrone for the Enniscrone Show again next year?
Hopefully. We have already been invited, so we'll just have to see how it works out, but I can't see why not.
Yeah, it's a huge attraction here with the audience.
It's a huge attraction. It's every adult's childhood dream to drive one of them there.
Well, congratulations and well done.
Thank you very much.
Aisling, you have the job of getting the message out there about the Enniscrone Show.
I do indeed, Henry. So usually the show is the end of August, but this year, with it being the beginning of July, we had 2 months earlier. So between advertisements, social media, word of mouth, it was a huge job to try and promote that. And then with regards to getting stalls and with our home industry, flowers, then that was a problem with earlier exhibitions. So it was a big job, but well able to do it.
Aisling, this is the 2nd year now it's been held here in Castleconnor. How's it been working out?
Oh, it's brilliant. We have 2 large fields and the community centre. The community centre is a huge bonus to us. This year we have catering in the community centre. We also have some fashion and fitness industries in the community centre. So that's a new industry that we've brought into the show this year. With the two large fields, there's more room for people to move around. We have more trade stands. The Grasslands, they have a huge area. That's the first year here in the Castleconnor Show, and they have a huge area to work with. There's just health and safety even. We just have loads of room around the place.
And getting the message out there and getting everybody involved in it, when do you start planning this?
This is my first year with the show. So from tomorrow, I'll be planning next year's show.
Right, okay. And are you happy the way it's going today now?
Yes, thankfully. Everything is going off really well. Everyone seems to be enjoying the show with the new attractions as well. It's something new for everyone. So people that have been at the Enniscrone Show for years, at least it's something different for them to see. It's not the same thing every year. The kids area then behind me here, we have a €5 entry for the kids area, so they come and go all day long for €5, so at least it's not a money racket then for the families.
What was the biggest challenge facing you coming up to the show?
Well, as it's my first year in the show, it was a huge challenge just to get trade stands on board, mainly. Getting the advertising out there, the date change, mainly the date change, because still a lot of people thought it was going to be the end of August, but with bulletins and newspapers, social media, that just had to be expressed.
So obviously it's worked well for you in that, Ashley.
It has, thankfully. There's a great crowd here today. Everyone is happy. Pity the sun wasn't shining more, but at least we have a great day and no one's at the beach.
Will you get a chance to enjoy it?
Oh, of course, I'm enjoying it anyways.
Congratulations, Queen of the Enniscrone District Show 2008.
Thank you very much.
How did that come about?
Well, I was actually entered into it at very short notice, so a full 2 days beforehand I was told about it, so I said I'd give it a go. And that Saturday night we all came to Money Burns, one of our sponsors today, and we had our competition and it all went down, and at the end of the heat of the reel anyway, I got crowned Show Queen, so.
And this is your first competition of this?
Yeah, this is my first competition of this sort, but I've been told now I'll be put into a few more, so I'm not sure if that's good or bad news, but I'll have to deal with it as I go along.
How do you feel about it?
I was a bit nervous, of course, especially on the night of the competition, but I suppose I have to embrace it, and I feel a bit better about it now that I've got into it, and it's nice to see people and be talking to them and go around, and it's nice to see all the local people, all ages, so it's a good mix.
So you have a busy day now today, a full schedule of...
Yes, very full schedule. So I'll be judging some things, awarding some prizes, of course representing the show, mingling, and I'll be getting my hair done in there now by Velvet Hair Studios down in Enniscrone. I have to be the hair model, and my sister Grace is actually the model for Selena G Makeup, and they're both my sponsors on the day of the contest, so I want to thank them especially as well.
So when you're not the queen of the festival here, what do you do normally?
So I'm actually a gymnastics coach. I did gymnastics myself for 10 years, and I competed internationally, so I was on the Irish team. And then since then, after I stopped competing, I coach it. So that's in Nadia Gym in Ballina. And I've been coaching now for 5 years. And yeah, that's kind of, and I'm also a student. So I'm a student in Galway. I'm studying NUIG, and I'm studying biomedical science. I'm just finished my first year now, so.
Well, we wish you the very best of luck, and congratulations.
Thanks so much, Henry, thanks.
You've some lovely Irish bees here on display today.
Yeah, that's right there. We've got some Apis mellifera mellifera, the dark Irish native honeybee here on display. I think it's very important that we keep this strain alive. And
it's the last in Europe now.
This is we're the last stronghold for the native dark Irish honeybee, or the dark European honeybee here in Ireland. A lot of the rest of Europe, they've been watered down with different strains and different breeds of bee. While here, being the island we're on, I think it's very important that we keep the native bee and keep it pure here. Since we could have a good chance of bringing the native bee back to the rest of Europe by breeding them here and exporting back into Europe and having this strain. Because if we lose this, it's gone. So you
just set up this business now, and it's mainly to educate young people about our Irish bee population?
I really want to educate the kids. They seem to have lost touch with nature and lost touch with what's going on out there. So just to highlight how important the bee is. They're in a lot of trouble at the moment with climate change, changing agriculture, a lot of different changes going on. So disease and everything else that's going on with them. So I think it's very important. Education is the key to letting people know that we still have this pure strain here, and that it is a fun hobby as well. And there's nothing wrong with the honey either at the end of the day. So there isn't.
And how's it going for you?
It's going all right. This year has been a fantastic year for the bees. Like the weather has been amazing. Last year was a bit tough, so we had a lot of losses over the winter throughout Ireland, the beekeepers. So hopefully this summer will bring back a lot of bees, and it will help us along.
And would you be hopeful that the native Irish bee would survive in years to come?
Oh yes, I think there's a big push on it now at the moment, and the more we can educate people, the better chance it has. Definitely, yes.
Well, it's time for us to take a break. There's a lot more to see and do in part 2, so don't go away. You're going to really enjoy it. Poultry, you're very welcome back. Well, as you can see, Robert Mazzell and his band are on stage in full swing, and there's also a jiving competition. So let's join in.
Since you've been gone. Well, hello, trouble, 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 welcome home. I said, hello, trouble, 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 welcome home.
Jerry, a lot of preparation for the show today here in Castleconnor.
Yeah, it's a big preparation. It's going on 10 months since we started, and we moved the show. Last year the show was on a Saturday, so this year we have moved to a Sunday, and it's a lot of work, and a lot of help goes into it, and we're very lucky here in Castleconnor and Enniscrone.
I presume an event such as big as this takes a lot of people to get involved in it.
Oh, it takes a lot of people, but thank God, one thing we have no problem with is help. This community here just gets together. No matter what happens, we have a community spirit in Castleconnor and Enniscrone that is second to none, because you don't have to go looking for the people to help you. They're just there to come asking to help.
And can I ask you, what's happening? What kind of events are happening here today now for the show?
Well, it's the usual agricultural show. We have the cattle, horses, sheep, goats, dogs, donkeys, everything. That's the agriculture end of it. But entertainment-wise, we have a big lineup. First of all, we start off with Kelly's Heroes, which is our local band here at Hughes, and then we move on with the big band with Robert Mazzell, and while he's on stage we have an event this year for the first time. It's the jiving competition, and when that's done, whoever wins the jiving competition goes on to an All-Ireland, which is very good, and I'd like to thank Jerry Butler for allowing us to put the heat forward.
And your role as chairman, then, obviously big pressure on you today now, Jerry, when the show gets underway, just the final preparation being made at the moment.
I wouldn't say pressure, because as a chairman's role here, for me, it's no problem because of the help.
You have a good team around you, yeah.
As I said before, you don't even have to go looking for the help, they come to us. And I'm very privileged just to lead a team of people in this community, because I never seen as good a community for volunteering, and as I said, you don't have to ask, they come to us. All we're looking for now is God to turn off the tap. Even after all the fine weather, it's a little mist today, but I'm sure it'll brighten up.
I have no doubt, yeah. There'll be big crowds here as well throughout the afternoon.
Big crowds coming in here since 7 o'clock this morning. They're streaming in here with cattle and sheep and horse boxes, and we have a lot of children's activities. We have a beach out there we brought the beach to the show. So all the kids, and it's only €5 for the day, so we don't want parents leaving here in the evening saying that they were robbed at or spend too much money on the kids at the show, because that's a big thing today, you know.
And of course, the cost of putting on the show like this is very expensive. Yeah.
Very expensive, but again, we're lucky with the sponsors, you know. If we hadn't sponsors, we couldn't have a show either. And every year, the same sponsors keep coming back, every year, there's no problem. And again, we don't have to ask them. They come in every year, the same sponsors, and new ones building, and we hope to build this into a real good show.
Well, we wish you well with it, Chair.
Thanks very much, Henry. Appreciate it.
Matthew, what kind of poultry have you here today?
I have Wyandotte, Buff Orpington, Barnvelder and Speckled Sussex hens and roosters here.
And how did you get involved in all this?
It started off as a hobby, and then I started selling off eggs to the local butchers in Castlebar, Carlin's Butchers, and then I started incubating eggs and then hatching them out and then selling them off as pullets to buyers and customers.
And which of these hens is the most valuable?
The Wyandottes, blue lace Wyandottes. Because they have most colour and they're really rare in Ireland and England. Yeah.
And what kind of price would you put on one of them?
About €40, €50, yeah.
Do you come from a farming background?
Yeah, we have pedigree limousines at home, cattle.
And where's that now? In
Pontoon Road, Ross, in Castlebar.
And is it something you'd like to get into more and more, this whole poultry?
Yeah, I'd like to get more into the Wyandottes and more into the different types. There's buff lace Wyandottes and gold lace Wyandottes, and there's different colours in the Wyandottes I'd like to get into.
Well, we wish you well with it.
Thank you.
We look forward to a good day today.
Thanks.
Maura, you've been involved with the show here for quite a number of years.
Yes, Henry, I've been involved in the Enniscrone Show for 28 years today. I was part of the original committee that came together in 1990 to revive the show. The old show actually in Enniscrone goes back to the 1940s, and it ran till 1970 and then stopped. So it had lapsed for 20 years. The group of us got together and decided we need to bring this show back, and so we did. So 28 years, yes, I've been involved with Enniscrone Show.
Maura, it always used to be in Enniscrone, so it's moved to here, Castleconnor. Why so?
Yes, well, it's always been the Enniscrone and District Show, covering the whole community. So last year actually, the Castlefield in Enniscrone became unavailable, unfortunately, to the show. So we were in a pickle as to where we go for a field. So my husband Donny just thought of Castleconnor here, the community centre, the surrounding fields, and he approached Jerry Curley with the idea of, you know, an alternative location for the show. Jerry thought it was a good idea, so it went back to the committee, and from there we succeeded in moving here. It's still within the district of Enniscrone and the surrounding area, so everyone's happy.
How important is a show like this for a local community?
It's very important to a rural community and to the agricultural community, because it enables them to showcase what is good about agricultural life. They can, you know, from the cattle breeders, the people growing vegetables, the flowers, every aspect of the show, they're able to come forward and showcase what is good and what ordinary people are doing, and the talents and the crafts they have in making things. And it's great that a show is there for them to be able to display all this, compete, win prizes. It helps people to develop and get, you know, more positive about themselves. So it has a great positive aspect to a community, I think.
You have a busy day ahead now, Maura.
We have a busy day ahead of us. Yes.
Well, we wish you well with it. Thanks for joining.
Thanks, Henry. Thank you very much.
Tommy, officially opening
my home show.
Your home show here. How's it been?
That's great. It was a brilliant honour. You know what I mean? I live less than 5 minutes that way, and I've lived here for a long time. Great community, great people, great friends, and it's a brilliant sense of community here. The work they've done, and I don't know how they do it. I should hire them to put a tour together for me. They're brilliant. You know?
And of course, over the years, you probably attended the Enniscrone Show.
Oh yeah, as a young lad, I attended it. My dad used to have cattle and horses and whatever in it, and now when I see it here, it's a lot of memories brought back. You know, lots of memories.
You're quite busy at the moment, Tommy. Of course, you've just made ambassador there. You're off to Rwanda.
I'm off to Rwanda on next week for over a week to do some work with BOHR, which is a fantastic aid agency, a great non-government organisation. And I've been to Africa lots of times, and I've worked with Goal before in Sudan and in Kenya. But I'm going over to this time, it's 25 years next year since the genocide in Rwanda. So we're kind of going over just to, I suppose, mark that and make more awareness of what has happened over there, you know.
And of course, the connection between the rural life animals here at the Enniscrone Show and bringing animals over here.
Absolutely. Well, I was raised on a farm. I grew up in farming. I still love farming. Don't get time to do it very much, but it's in my bones, it's in my blood, and you know, even when I work in Australia, I spend a lot of time going on. My really good friend of mine has an macadamia farm, so I spend a lot of time up there working on that with him. So it's a great kind of, I think it's a great grounding, and it's a great to be part of the earth, you know.
And finally, you have a big project coming up here in Galway in September.
I have indeed. In September, I'm doing Voice of Hope 2. It's 15 years since we did the first one in the Basilica.
Phenomenal.
Yeah, somebody once said to me I was the second apparition in but more bigger surprise than the first one. But yeah, I'm doing it in Galway Cathedral in the city of Galway. I kept it west, kept it in the west of Ireland. I wanted to keep it in the west of Ireland. So they agreed to bring us in for the Galway Cathedral, beautiful setting. And I have a fantastic guest artist coming over from Australia, Mark Vincent. So it's lots of things to do.
And when will that be released?
That'll be released on the 29th of October, Friday the 29th of October, on DVD and CD, and it's released worldwide at the same time. So
ideal Christmas.
Ideal Christmas gift. I hate talking about Christmas this time of year, but anyway.
We wish you well with it.
Not at all. Thanks a million. Thanks as always, Henry. Thank you.
What a fantastic time we've had here at the Enniscrone and District Agricultural Show. So much to see and do, and a wonderful family day out. So congratulations to the committee and everybody involved. And what better way to finish the day than to hit for the local pub here, Muddy Burns, where there is a great trad session being organised to finish off the day. So don't forget, coming up after the break, we're crossing over to Manchester, and I look forward to your company next week at the same time. So until then, slán go fóill.